Okay, guys, I want to see your dongers.
Raise your donk. Wow, really, Taylor? Kappa Pride? In the bottom right-hand side of the map, one last time, it is gonna be for Junior Green Wings, the Blue Protoss, the world champion, sOs!
And in the bottom left position, representing CM Storm, it is your red Captain America Terran hero. It is Polt!
We nailed that.
Yeah, we did. We just probably woke up Jim. He's like, why are those guys yelling?
Yeah, Jim's room is right next to this one, so...
Why are you yelling?
Yeah, that's for eating my butter, motherfucker. For sticking forks into my butter. Unbelievable. So, it looks like sOs might be planning to go for a Nexus first here. How do you feel about this, Taylor?
It's a 4-player spawn. The nice thing is that it's a really bad Reaper map, because it's such a big map. So Nexus first isn't that bad. It would be really nice if he actually follows it up with the double gateway depth. Or he could go for Stargate, but I think when horizontal spawns...
yeah, and this is actually going to work pretty well for sOs because Polt is actually going for a Rax expand. Gasless once again, so that's going to be hard for Polt to apply pressure. However, in these close positions...
They're both going to scout each other.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for both of them. But in these close positions, I think that the second and third barracks might actually play a big role for Polt if he decides to push out with
yeah, because
with
there's not really a way to go. If you had to go around, you have to go around the long way of the north of the southern watchtower. If that makes any sense to you, but
yeah, for
when
sure.
it comes to like war prisms.
Yeah, and more importantly than that, I think that the Marines could do a lot of damage because A, it is extremely close positions by ground, merely like 2 screens away or something like that, and B, because the natural is so wide open that it's going to be really easy for units like the Marine to avoid pylons and overcharge while continuing to do damage potentially to a mineral line percent.
So we do see that single gateway, I believe. No, it's double gateway, so maybe double depths.
Most likely, maybe Stalkers again. I mean, we've seen
Stalkers, we've seen depths, we've seen all.
Yeah, the problem here for sOs, if he wants to go Stalkers, is that he hasn't scouted Polt this time around, so he doesn't know that it's gasless. He will go for the Stalkers regardless. So not switching it up in that regard, and Polt is going to be the one holding his natural base, as he also has not scouted sOs. So he's going to be making Bunker, which he probably wouldn't feel like he has to make if he had scouted that sOs went for Nexus first. And sOs just kind of poking in and not even really poking in because he's going to spot the Marines from Polt there and just back away with the probe.
Now, a clever thing that sOs might, a thing that he could have probably picked up was that Polt doesn't like to go for this like Marine tank style. So he can actually compensate by going defensive Blink Stalkers and eventually into like 2-base Storm, or I mean 3-base Storm, where he just sets up for that push of Tempest, Storm, and charge lots and adapts, and it's just really powerful. Usually Marine tank gets shreked by, or it gets shredded by like disruptors and other stuff. I can't really think right now. Like I'm trying to like put together what I'm trying to say, but
oh, and Blink could be really powerful in this map, by the way.
Yeah, because Puck actually does it quite a bit on when he plays
Puck does
games.
it in every matchup on this map.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much area to blink into the main and into the natural. There's just a lot. Yeah, Rob is doing a great job of showing the infrastructure and the architecture of this map. So Blink, again, really strong. And that is what sOs is going to be doing. Wouldn't surprise me if he went for a more committed attack than we're used to, especially in these positions.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is the last game for both of these players. They probably want to bring their strongest, like, push that they can think of, or, like, try to play to your opponent. Horizontal spawns, like I said, probably do favor the Terran player, I would say. And, oh wow, sOs actually taking a third, and Polt scouting out, so we'll see if Polt will try to, not produce as much and get his own third, or if he's thinking, okay, well, I can try to push into this, and it looks like he might want to try to push into this.
Alright.
He does have a pretty healthy bio count right now.
But no medevacs. The starport is only halfway done once again for Polt. So he's committing so many resources to this army. But mind you, sOs will have Blink by the time that Polt is there. So he has the option not just to engage whenever he wants, but also to chase back the army of Polt, which will not get saved by any means. Oh, but this is not good news for SOS. He will most likely get his his third expansion cancelled here, and might be able to pick off 2 Stalkers if he's paying attention, but not for the time being. SOS still moving out on the map, maybe trying to look for the bio forces of Polt moving out.
Try to pick away at it.
Yeah,
oh, it does get scanned. Polt does scan it, but he's got to understand that if he picked off the observer.
There's no pylons, by the way, but good blink.
He saw the he picks off the mothership core. That's a pretty big deal. He can go into natural camp to high ground. Is there any high ground vision near that ramp?
Only 2 Marauders, by the way. So this is kind of gonna be a little bit hard for Polt to work with.
Oh,
wow,
poor blink. That would have been. Well, he did pick off the Marauder, which is the big thing. Now,
Polt doing the smartest thing that he could have. And SOS also. Wow, did you see that play by SOS? That was such brilliant micro. Blinking 1 blink stalker forward so that the Marines couldn't focus fire the probes by default and would focus fire on 1 stalker. So essentially sacrificing one of his stalkers to save a lot of probes. Just really good on-the-fly thinking from SOS.
Now, SOS is going to go for the Adept upgrade, and he's going to go for a +1 armor. This makes me think that he's going to go for mass amounts of Adepts. Mass amounts of Adepts with that +1 armor. Bio doesn't really do much to it unless you get +1 or Widow Mines on it. Nice pick off on the Observer from Polt. He's going to take his own 3rd. He is getting that +1, and he's going to get a 2nd eBay.
Yeah, ideally for Polt, he would have killed that Observer right before the Widow Mine died, though. I think that's what he was aiming for.
Geez. Yeah, so SOS is going to go for the 7-gate Adept Warpin, and it did a lot for him on Prion Terraces, so why not? It's a really good map if he can get that Warpin into the main. It's going to be really hard for Polt, especially with Blink Stalkers, to defend the main and the 3rd. Yeah. Without siege tanks.
Absolutely. SOS also will be getting the +1 armor for his Adept, so Marines will be a little bit less effective, or considerably less effective,
until
I should say.
Until the +1 attack kicks in.
Yeah. Which is a long ways from now. I think that SOS will definitely... Oh, actually not. They're pretty close together. I'm not sure if their Skirm boost onto that, but this fight is pretty important because if Polt loses, then he will lose some medevacs as well to the Blink Stalkers potentially. Will SOS blink forward?
Yep. He's going to pick off the Marauders. Oh, he leaves 1 alive, but... I mean, the Liberators need to protect the mineral lines.
And the issue with Liberators on a map like this is the map is so wide open that it's hard for the Liberators to cover a lot of ground.
Nice bait.
Yeah, nice little blink by SOS there. Oh, but messes up a little. Yeah,
2 Stalkers.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there.
This is really hard. But like, Polt needs to split his army pretty much perfectly. Because the potential blink into the main is just something you cannot overlook. But maybe SOS is just going to try to frontal attack, which I don't really agree with because there are 2 Liberators.
Yeah, and the Widow Mine is about to go off as well, so he has to be really careful with that. If he does decide to commit,
it looks like he is going to try. Oh no, he's just trying to pick off the Widow Mine, but doesn't work. He probably will get a quick scan off. Oh, I don't think he had a scan. Polt's really good about sniping observers, believe it or not. Like whenever I see his stream, he always is sniping those observers when he knows that there are observers in front of him. Because as he sees it right there, but he's not going to get it. Oh,
Riparinos, but there is 4 Liberators out now, so. Yeah. It's getting a little bit harder for SOS to make this work, and it's a pretty committed attack. Both players on 3 bases right now, but pretty low tech for SOS, and that is really important. He really needs to make this attack work, and the longer he waits, the more Liberators that will be out. And he doesn't have a lot of Stalkers either.
No. He has the initial Stalkers that he used, and he's actually going to try to commit to this.
He has to.
This is absolutely huge. Widow Mine goes on most of the bio from Polt, but it hits the Marauders, and it doesn't actually kill them.
It's Captain America doing it.
Oh my gosh, I think Captain America is going to do it. He's going to take the game.
This is game.
This is meaning Liberators.
I'm the champion of the Kings of the Craft. Is this possible? SOS is not going to give up just yet, but mind you, he does not have any tech to fall back to, right? He doesn't have disruptors, he doesn't have High Templars, Colossus, just no form of AoE. So I think that he's staying in the game because it is the final game. And SOS has done marvelous things to come back in some of these games throughout the tournament. So,
but Polt has so much going for him right now. 2-2 upgrades. He has a healthy Liberator count to the point where he can push into the 3rd of SOS and essentially just kill it for free. He just liberates that zone, the natural ramp, and he just kills the 3rd for free. SOS is also taking a greedy 4th. Like, SOS knows that that attack went very poorly for him, and the only way for him to come back is to be greedy, but he's also going to be using the War Prism as a maneuver to try to keep Polt back in his base, like on his side of the map.
What can SOS do from here, Taylor?
Honestly, at this point, just massive, like lots of gateway units. He's got to have godlike blink micro.
Yeah, I like that he's trying to take a fourth, trying to gain yourself an advantage, trying to retain some sort of advantage. He is conservatively a lot of
whole army.
Yeah, there's a War Prism in his main right now, doing a bunch of damage. So SOS trying to find damage anywhere he can.
He can't lose his War Prism. That's absolutely huge. SOS doing a good job pulling that away. But the frontal attack is going to come.
Yeah, still Polt is going to be nearly 2 upgrades ahead. Just ahead in every possible way. Right now he has Liberators, Ghosts. Essentially, Polt is ready for Ultras.
Yeah.
And SOS is just not he's in such a basic tech. Now adding Immortals, that's the highest tech unit that he has right now. So it's going to be so difficult for the World Champion to come back into this series. But of course, it's the final game. He's not going to give it up. Any pickup like this is a little bit going in his favor. And with the 4th base, again, when you're behind, you want to try to hold on to whatever advantage you have. Right now, SOS identified that the only advantage that he has is in economy. So if he can retain an economic lead, maybe he can make something happen.
But it's pretty grim. There's 4 Ghosts for Polt,
and ton of Liberators.
Is really good with his EMPs as you just saw. Like Polt's Ghost control is really solid. And I mean, I didn't say Liberators, I said Ghosts. But he's gonna go in. He's gonna essentially just liberate each zone and leapfrog him up, and there's nothing really you can do. He doesn't really have to worry about the space because the immediate threat for SOS is this liberation zone, and he has to go try to get around it. But essentially, Polt could go up the ramp and then just go kill the production. Now, okay, he's got to unliberate the zone in the back because the Stalkers
SOS is going for a backstab, and he's not gonna find it.
But
he
Polt
does
sees it, scans it.
And really well
should not blink into
repositioned there.
that. Oh,
but he kind of has to. He
has to, but there's Widow Mines.
Point.
The problem with Widow Mines in Liberation Zones is that when Stalkers are the only solution to killing Liberators, if there's Widow Mines in there, you're absolutely dead.
A sandwich coming from SOS right now. This could determine the game. Blink forward, trying to kill the Liberators. Huge Widow Mine hits. Polt is going to continue to engage.
And I think he's
backwards. I think he's done it. I think Polt has done it. GG!
Captain America takes the tournament, and he is the king of crafts.
The king of the craft. So congratulations to him. Earns himself $1,000, and more than that, the prestige. I mean, this tournament was super stacked with pretty much the entire GNR Green Wings roster minus Maru. That's a pretty big
like more like divide, like by half.
I mean, yeah, but his biggest obstacle. Probably Kelliser. Second, SOS, the world champion. But what a game we had. What a finals. I hope all of you enjoyed. 11,000 viewers. So thank you all very much for watching. And